The National Transportation Safety Board says it could be at least a year before we know the cause of yesterday's deadly airshow crash in Dallas. 6 people were killed when 2 vintage warplanes collided in midair. At a news conference today, the NTSB says its investigators surveyed the crash site and all debris has been documented and secured. Investigators are also coordinating the removal of the wreckage to a secure location. That's so the airframes and engines can be examined. And authorities are asking anyone with photos or video of that crash to send it to them.
They'll actually be very critical since we don't have any flight data recorder data or cockpit voice recorders or anything like that. It'd be very critical to analyze the collision.
Officials say a preliminary report on the crash is expected in 4 to 6 weeks. The final report likely won't be ready for at least a year. The names of the victims have not been released, but as we reported yesterday, both planes were based here in the Houston area. Brittany Ford is live at General Aviation Jet Services in Conroe. That's where both planes were kept. Brittany, what else are you learning tonight?
Marcelino, out of respect for the victims, no one wanted to speak specifically about them, but did share more about this historic aircraft and the heartbreak this tragedy has caused. These are photos shared by David Lanoon from over the years.
It's shocking. I mean, you deal with these people constantly. You see the plane coming and going and giving rides.
Lanoon is a member of the Commemorative Air Force who shares a plane kept at General Aviation Jet Services in Conroe. He says the historic B-17 Flying Fortress always brought in crowds.
The plane's been around since 48, 45. I actually had 4 different entities before. I never actually did see any combat, but that's why it's still around, or was.
The B-17 and P-63 King Cobra that collided at wings over Dallas were based at the Conroe hangar. The tragedy has left the small-knit aviation community in shock.
It's just a freak thing that happened. I mean, a second here and a second there wouldn't have never happened, but it just happenstance at that moment.
Gracefully gliding over Hubenack Elementary in Richmond Thursday would be one of the last sightings of the B-17 before the crash. The video shot by Hunter Beam, a teacher who says he organized the flyover for the school's Veterans Day celebration. The video now a keepsake honoring the lives lost.
It's a loss. It's a big loss.
And you can see out here this evening that there is a collection of flowers in front of this hangar. I did reach out to General Aviation Services, who declined to comment. Reporting in Conroe, Brittany Ford, KHOU 11 News.
Our prayers go out to those families, Brittany. Thank you. Our continuing coverage of this tragedy does extend online at KHOU.com. We've posted the entire NTSB news conference.